Sam, what are you doing?
Oh, nothing. I'm just running at 30 frames. How are you today?
Don't you mean a minimum of 30 frames, Sam?
A minimum of 30 frames. I'm feeling fresh.
It looks like you're struggling a bit there, Sam. It seems to be the water is splashing all over your face because you're lagging and stuttering like at your stupid fucking 30 FPS.
I'm fine. I'm all 8K, baby.
You're not okay, trust me. After quarantine, you're like 480p.
More like 480p. Story time, everybody.
So
I didn't tell Ralph this yesterday.
go on.
I was at a mate's place in the city, sat down in a chair, and this gigantic jersey and a glass thing fell on my head. The glass all broke. I was like, oh, sorry about that. And he's ghost white in the face. I'm like, what's wrong? He says, bro, you're bleeding. Blood starts pouring down my head, and I'm like this. My hands are covered, my face is covered, my legs are covered, everywhere. They have to take me to the clinic.
This is a real story, by the way.
It's a real story. Take me to the clinic around the corner, put anesthetic into this, give me a tetanus shot, and stitch it back up. I don't know if you can see it. See that? There's 4 stitches or 5 stitches.
Oh shit, I can. Holy fuck.
True story. I thought I wouldn't tell Ralph until I was on the couch. You could see the real reaction, everybody.
Oh,
How crazy is that?
that's nuts.
And I still went to Mum's after to have dinner. My girlfriend was like, no, you're coming home right now. I'm like, no, I'm all good. Anyway, that's the crazy day that I had yesterday.
I have a surprise for you too, Sam.
What's your surprise?
This is a true story. We both planned surprises for each other.
Really?
Yep. Guess what I found yesterday? This is it. This is what we get to experience live on camera for the first time.
Luccio's?
Mountain Dew Doritos, baby.
No way.
I found them. This is apparently an Australian exclusive.
This is real.
True Gamer Dorito.
Wow.
The true Mountain Dew in its solid form. Let's try it, Sam.
Let's give it a go. Should we open both? Or just, okay.
Yeah, we're opening both. Can pick up.
Okay,
Right,
well,
here we
they
go.
smell very chemically.
They smell, yeah, like
Very
ooh, I don't think
chemically.
that.
They are not going to go well.
That's disgusting.
They cannot honestly.
That's so bad. Holy shit.
Their quality test is weird.
What the fuck,
A bunch of
man?
neck beards.
These so it's like they're like a sweet. They're like sweet. They
Bro.
have like this weird sweetness to them.
Anyway, speaking of that, 30 frames. Alright.
Oh man, I gotta wash my mouth out after that shit.
It's terrible. I wash my mouth out with some Mountain Dew.
Oh, holy shit! Don't buy those when they come to your country. Honestly,
Terrible.
they're the worst thing I've ever tasted. Anyway, guys, let's talk about frame rates. Lol. So we have this gen coming. It's the exciting gen where we finally get to leave 30 FPS behind forever. Leave it in our dust. Am I right, Ubisoft? No,
It's all about
wrong.
4K now, 8K, baby.
That's right.
Next gen all the way.
Yeah. So
all that shit is left behind.
That's right. That's right. So obviously we're all very excited about what's coming next, and we hate 30 FPS because anyone who's actually played 60 FPS, 120, 144, you don't go back to 30. 30 is disgusting. Okay, and I don't want to hear about I don't mind playing single-player cinematic games with the 30. No, I don't care. I want to play God of War and Bloodborne at 60 FPS. Okay, can we all agree that we need to play Bloodborne at 60 FPS? Yes, we can all agree on that. Okay, let's move on.
Okay, it's because good old Ubisoft have come out now and confirmed a minimum of 30 frames per second for Valhalla, and this is the quote. Assassin's Creed Valhalla will run at a minimum of 30 frames per second on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We are committed to offer the best experience to our players by immersing them in the most beautiful world and environments we could create, and leveraging not only the graphics and enhancement offered by the next generation of consoles, but also faster loading times and the new architectures. So, look guys, it's all next gen, but they're giving you literally 2,000. No, this is like, what was Sega Mega Drive? Was that 30 frames?
I don't know, to be honest.
I don't know either, man. When did we get to 30
Probably.
frames?
It was probably 60 frames back then. To be fair though, what's left out of this quote is the fact that the game is being built in native 4K. Okay, now obviously, it makes sense if you're building a game natively in 4K that you're gonna get it at 30 FPS because this next generation of hardware is basically like a $2,000 PC today. Okay,
Yep.
if you look at, that's very rough, whatever. I know people in the comment section to be like, actually, whatever. It's like ballpark that, okay? And so, yeah, roughly right now, if you're running a game at 4K, most of the time you're going to be arriving at like 30 FPS, okay? Maybe a little bit more, whatever. If you've got a really beefy rig, I think Digital Foundry did testing on, say, Assassin's Creed Odyssey on a 2080 Ti, and I think you can run 4K at like 45 frames a second, okay? So, obviously, this is kind of what you'd expect for those, like, for that amount of hardware. The point is that developers are choosing to build their games in 4K natively, rather than choosing to build them in 60 FPS first and locking that in, and then saying, okay, well, what can we do in terms of like resolution after that?
Yeah, and look, we're already seeing this with the current gen, okay? Now, the current gen can get 60 frames, and we do get 60 frames with a lot of games, but we're still seeing developers choosing to go 30 frames. God of War, for instance, the vanilla God of War, and also Final Fantasy VII Remake. I mean, they're games that have come out recently, and they're still trying to go around the 30 frames and pushing what the game actually looks like and all that kind of business.
And a lot of the time it fails because, again, they're so focused on big worlds and resolution. I played Days Gone on PS.
God of War failed, everybody. You hear that? You heard it first.
I'm saying that God of War did a great job. Even like Final Fantasy VII Remake did a great job in terms of maintaining a solid 30 FPS. Fucking bloody Days Gone, which I played, chugged out to like 15 frames a second sometimes.
When the waves of zombies and shit.
It wasn't even, it was actually the weather in certain parts of the map that did it. But like, there's just all this shit because developers are not prioritizing a really rock steady, like a rock solid frame rate the entire way through. So I really hope this generation this would not be the case. Ubisoft has said here that they are going at a minimum of 30 FPS. Now, can they provide more than that? Maybe. Maybe they turn around and say, actually guys, we've done some work and we're offering a performance mode that guarantees you 60 FPS, but it drops the resolution down. I'd say, yes, thank you, Ubi, please. Yeah. Love you, do that, please. But don't do 30 FPS 4K. I don't fucking care about 4K on a television.
We're already seeing that with PS Pro in terms of giving you choice. I'm pretty sure Xbox One X does that too, right? In terms of gives you the choice of resolution or...
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, sure.
So we're already seeing that. I think it's a pretty nice precedent to set, and they should continue to do that, because if people want to see like something in 4 or 8K, then maybe. But if I don't really want to see that, let me just dial down that power and put it to where I want it to go.
Yeah.
You know, now Xbox has come out, Microsoft has come out and said Xbox Series X is actually able to do up to 120 frames per second. And they've also said that they're really targeting around the 60 frames per second, and this is the quote.
60 FPS will be the standard output, but the architecture allows us to support up to 120 FPS. He goes on, developers always have flexibility in how they use the power, so a standard or common 60 FPS is not a mandate. So obviously Xbox should not be telling developers you must hit 60 FPS, because I mean it's their choice obviously.
Depends on what game it is, you know?
Sure, whatever, but like at the same time, you really should be sitting. If Microsoft aren't willing to tell you that, publishers, I'll tell you that. Okay, you need to be hitting 60 FPS.
It's
okay?
like
that's it.
It's like a developer coming out and going, well, we've decided to make our game in 480p. You know, fuck it. You know what? Like, they didn't tell us what we can do. We're going to do it.
It's it becomes 18K resolution, guys.
It gets to a stage where the standard is kind of set, or we've moved along enough in terms of the FPS journey to be like, cool, man, this should be the standard now.
And I think the reason again that developers do this is because it's 4K is a great buzzword. They can say, and it's also great for screenshots and trailers and all that sort of shit, and it's really good for marketability. 60 FPS isn't sexy in that way. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's harder for people to really grasp 60 FPS rather than looking at a screenshot somewhere or looking at a video on YouTube and being like, well, those graphics look sick, bro. It's all about the graphics. I'm gonna pre-order that shit. Do you know what I mean? Xbox is talking about 8K
output.
What is 8K? Why are we talking about 8K? Why?
This is so dumb, okay? Xbox cannot come out one moment and go, Project XCOM, baby. It's coming in 720p on your phone because you can't really see it. But now they're saying 8K, man. You can't barely see 4K. You can see 4K. But 8K, there's plenty of YouTube videos showing those comparisons and stuff. It's getting to a stage where you just can't see it. It's another buzzword.
The human eye cannot see more than 24 frames a second, guys. That's a fact. And it cannot see any more resolution than 1080p. These are facts, okay? That's science.
No, but look, there are plenty of videos out there saying that, look, after 4K, we're getting into a realm where the eye is just like, fuck, okay, I can't see the difference. You know, it's true, though. It's true. Now, I really can't, I can't see them saying one moment 720p on your phone because you can't see it, then 4K becomes some buzzword.
Sure.
I really would like to see them now go, okay, cool, let's make it all about FPS. But having said that, this may be, Valhalla might be just one little moment in a lot of games that are going to be all 60 FPS. We don't know that.
Sure.
This may be also a quote that has been misinterpreted. They might be wanting to be super safe. You never know. They could be like, look, we just want to say minimum in case it really drops in the in heavy areas, and they're really aiming for 60 frames. You know?
I'm making noise about this because I want publishers to know. Fuck off with 30 FPS. Fuck off with 30 FPS, okay?
I don't want that shit.
That is my message to this generation and developers and publishers. Fuck off with 30 FPS. Anyway, that's the end of the video.
Is that it? Oh, I've got one more thing, man.
60 FPS Bloodborne, please. That's the end of the video.
Okay, that's it. Goodbye.